Hey, Wind. Should probably go live scene here. I'm already starting to load in, so. Hey, there's Strudel. We'll get to do a little bit of testing here. So I have a lot of things set up. I don't have my LODs run yet. But I can show you some other stuff. And we'll see how things play. It's a small load order. We're right at, I think, 230 mods, maybe. So it's, you know, it's on the more conservative side. DMB itself had another update, so version 0.421. This is probably a couple days ago. And Sky UI. Different version. With the background and everything. So I think I mostly have to adjust a couple things. So the new Sky UI is all paper. Still doesn't play well with more HUD inventory. But that's okay. It's one less thing I have running. And we'll have to see how it plays. I have a preset saved. So let's go race. Let's go Breton. Let's go preset. There we go. And yes, Merrick is returning. It's gonna be dark. Alright, so the candle torches are good, the smoke looks good. So the first thing you'll probably notice is that we can do all of this fun stuff, which is probably jarring in third person. We can also leap roll, which is great. And I can punch in the air, which is even better. Let's see how Merrick looks. See if we can get a close-up of him. We gave him baby blues this time. His were green last time. But you'll get to see more. So I have alternate start. Inside is going to be... I mean, this is even first person with the move. See that? So, something I'm going to have to get used to. We'll do some testing to see. I tested a lot of it last night with some weapons. We'll give him some weapons. I'll do the camping start because there are some other things I want to see. And we'll set the HUD up.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin.
I was probably camping in the woods.
The woods can be so peaceful this time of year. Good
Really?
hunting.
Alright, let me just make sure my other settings are good. Gameplay is at novice. Saves are not enabled. How about my display? Let's keep the subtitles off for now. Depth of field is disabled. Grass fade is maxed. Audio, let's go to master, keep it around there, and music is there. That should be good. We're not going to really touch much of anything else. So let's get out into the world first. I'll do a lot of it in third person. And then we have to set up some things. We're also testing a new EMB. So this is going to be my first impression. And of course experience. Let's go with, where is it, Xerxes? Is it Xerxes? I think it is. Not that he's going to be my And if you don't stop and you try to come out of sneak, you do roll. So that's something you're going to have to get used to as well. Toggle helmet's working fine. Let's grab the woodcutter's axe. So this is one thing about the new Sky UI by Elsopa that I had to kind of get used to, is that it's very... give me 1 second, guys, hold on. Okay, I'm back. So, it's all paper, which is cool. It's think of Dear Diary, but this is all one mod. You obviously need Sky UI to use it. But here's the really cool thing, and I'll get into the. We'll look somewhere where it's a little more neutral here, green. So your level up your menus, right? Items, skill up. The map is actually a map. I think I might have showed this up. Magic is a scroll that opens up, which is really freaking cool. And then when you get into your skills, let's put a point into health since I'm using experience. Oh. Maybe I leveled up twice. Put it into stamina. Okay. And yes, it's modified. It's pretty cool. So stuff under the mage, obviously, there is a giant mage. Stuff under the thief. Oh, there we go. So let's take pickpocketing. I'm absolutely in love with it. It may not be everybody's flavor. It may be kind of, you know, in your face. But I like it. And let's take sneak. Just to spend those 2 perks. Not that I'm going to be doing much with the perks. You know, testing and all that. Warrior. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Same thing with the magic menu. But you have to get used to the fact that inside of here is a little bit lighter. Kind of makes me wish that certain things were a little bit darker, but that's okay. It's not that bad. Let's go into God mode. Just TGM for the hell of it. Let's set up Pray. Healing in Flames, Conjure Familiar. I think that's everything. Do I have... Oh, no other powers. Let us grab my add item menu. So... like I said, it's a small list. This is CGO. So let's go into combat gameplay overhaul. Hotkey grip notifications. I had this set up. Dual wheel blocking. I had this set to F. And I think that's all I needed. Let's go into wrong one. MCM. So let's start him off. We'll fix the clothing. Do some of the usual suspects. Nothing forgotten magic. I'm not gonna mess with gist right now. 1 metal's fine. Immersive HUD, I do have to set this up. We could actually disable I need for right now. And we'll set up the hotkey for that anyway. I do have less intrusive HUD. This is my first time swapping over to this in a while. So Nemesis. I might have to back out of this. Sometimes it takes a second. And you can immediately see his stance has changed. Let's give him... Well, let's give him some weapons. How about that? So... Let's go under different packs here. Let's go under... What do I have? What do I have? Let's go under just immersive weapons. We'll filter by type. We'll take greatsword. Well, let's take a dagger. Something decent. Spear blade, huh? Let's take the wicked dagger. Alright, we'll take what else do we take? The Duke's longsword. Right, and then we gotta go to S for sword. So filter by type. And I will take, let's see, what's a good sword to take? Okay. Now I don't have all geared up run either, so you're gonna see these sort of disappear. We'll put the Duke's longsword on 1, the wicked dagger on 2. I think that's right. And now, yes, that is a great sword. Or maybe this is. Hold on. Let's get into the open. Right.
Did you eat your beans? Molly? Molly, I'm asking a question.
How about that, huh?
Okay. Answer.
Not bad, huh? It's interesting. It's definitely different. Definitely a different style. So one is the two-handed sword. So if I normally have it, right, just by itself, and that's him blocking with it. See, he uses two hands and magic. And I could do both. And I could walk and spam flames and slash with the greatsword. What's up, Angie? So yeah, he's carrying around his two-handed and burning butterflies. Let's do this. This is my favorite. So let's see. Yeah. It's definitely oh wow. This is the some of the best I've seen my water look in quite a while.
It was like one part from another part of it.
Oh man. Okay.
I don't think they're good.
That's different.
It was only fresh produce. That's all.
We'll have to play around. Like I said, no LODs are run, so you're gonna see things in the distance like that that are gonna flicker. Ignore them.
This was the PTO of this though.
So no texture, no Dynalod.
I know, but it wasn't John.
I know, right?
They're not doing it. The schools aren't doing it.
There's your 360. So we can switch over to a one-handed sword and flames. We can switch back to my two-handed. And magic. Two-handed and magic. It's definitely interesting. Let's go back in here. Where was it? CGO. I think I had it bound. Was it block? Input hotkey. Switch between grips. So NPCs change grips. Let's set this up as. Let's see. Okay. So I'm gonna have to get all geared up. So we're gonna get the. It's him blocking with it. Although I may have to change that too. So you can see he T-poses. But that's technically a. He's blocking and moving. And you could also attack and do it. But I may have to play around with it, so I'm using the dagger. Hard to see. Don't want to wait. So like I said, once I have all geared up, set up, it should be a little more fluid right now. But as you can tell, I'm really happy with this. Everything came out. Oh, that's the other thing too. Because, you know, we had to add the animation in. And yes, we are wearing our hood. Let's go for right now for the long sword and the dagger. So this is our two-handed and the dagger, and you can see he puts the dagger up close and he adjusts his grip. Right there, see? You have a couple of them, and you could change them. Whatever one you like. I like the one where he holds it back by himself, and depending on the angle, he'll, you know, he'll change it. You could parry. That's blocking and parrying. It's pretty cool. We'll head to Riverwood. Oh, we got some of these guys here. And I know it's not novice. Yeah. I won't kill the bunny, don't worry. So what you're seeing, what other things here? You are seeing Skyland. And that's pretty much it. We'll have to play with the depth of field. Because technically depth of field is off. You can't really tell unless you're, you know, looking around. Real happy with the EMB so far. But you can see this. Oh, we have missing textures.
What? What is it now, Mother?
And I know what that's from. Yep, just like I thought. Because I have a Forge add-on that I wasn't going to put in, and I put it in last minute. So that,
Did I see you talking to Sven? Maybe not. Maybe... Never mind. But I would stay
yeah, it's
away from
definitely
him.
weird in first person. And yes, you can in fact jump roll. If you try to go into sneak from here while you're walking, you do roll. Just like this. So getting used to the mechanic, like you have to be stopped to go into sneak. And then of course from sneak, you can also do it. It's going to be jarring. So make sure you're at a standstill before you do anything.
Well, one of us has to do something.
So we gotta take care of the forge.
No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Lighting actually looks really good.
What to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this.
Yeah. So let's see if he just walks. And you can... You can see the 360s here at play. I know I'm doing it while he's walking. It makes it a little bit easier to see. So we gotta take care of the forge. I gotta remove that one mod. I wasn't gonna use it anyway, and I kind of forgot that I had it in there. Whiterun should be the same thing too. Like I said, I kept it small in the load order. So we'll go back, we'll remove it. But it's unique. It's definitely got a different feel. The game feels more vibrant to me. And you can see Embry's kind of hanging out here. So that's the great sword. He's got, you know, you could wield 2 great swords if you want to. So that's the dagger and a 2-handed. We'll go dagger and one-handed sword. Or I'm sorry, we'll go 2-handed and 1-handed. There we go. And then of course when I get all geared up, looted in, you'll be able to see him pull them from where they're at. They'll, you know, it's visible favorited gear, just better on steroids. We'll see if there's any other inconsistencies.
Imperial business. Be on your way.
Yeah, you can see Whiterun flickering in the distance. Let me go into it. Yeah, first person's definitely jarring. And like I said, no LODs, so if you look up there, you're going to see ugly. Grass is kind. Mountains are granite from Skyland. And I wonder if I need to keep the HUD open to be able to see. Flora is a mixture of Kabloom, John's Mountain Flowers, and Mari. So like, you know, mostly her plants. So the XP actually doesn't show for me. And I wonder if that's because of my setup.
Well, that's taken care of. No thanks to you. Until next time.
Armor is Cathedral for everything. Like I said, instead of having a Midian born and doing it that way. So you can see Kabloom at work here. I think it's a nice mix with Kind's Grass. Bjorlin? What are you reading there, buddy? Or are you trying? He's just looking at pictures, I think. I guess he does have his tent out here. I'm sure I'm forgetting some things. Anyway. So I'll gain the experience, but it doesn't actually show me the message. So maybe that's something I need to set up and I just haven't done it yet. I don't think so. Was there anything else?
No. We did it. That encyclopedia was fine. It showed us everything.
We'll set some stuff up later.
Listen to the experiment on science. We have to actually do it. I have the printouts on this. It has to be sunny when you do it.
Possibly in less intrusive HUD. Enabled. Show my messages. I'll have to look at this one later. For right now, it is what it is default. So, until I familiarize myself with it. Yeah, I think we're fine on that, like I said. I went back to sigils for the banners. ELFX. I don't have anything really taken care of my mushrooms in particular. That may be something I have to add in. But like I said, I wasn't going too crazy with it. You can see the first person here. It's like you're on a boat. So guard's armor replacer I have to drop down.
City's closed with the fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
You can see this is probably the same issue that Mel was having, where they don't have the cuirass, but they have the boots, gauntlets, and helmet. And then at other times, they will have the chest piece. Just depends. So. NPC overhaul is literally just diversity. That's it. Minimal. There's also a file to fix Vilindor in Riften, so we're going to check him out to make sure he's okay too. Yep, the forges are all. I have to take that mod out. So if you're expecting to see millions of trees, you were mistaken. I am going for performance. I am at 60 FPS.
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't.
Yeah, we definitely got to take care of the forge. Because I wanted to see the water, but So his smelter's okay. So it's literally just the forge. Okay. Go back into third person.
Are you still working at the Bannered Mare in the evening?
And I switched from missives to the notice board.
Just because I'm a gray mage
Just for the
doesn't mean
JK's
I'm
compatibility. I know both work, but
I'm sorry I
no Dawn of Skyrim this time. RDO's in there, Realistic Conversations is in there. I do have
I know your family's honor is important to you.
a replacer for Gilder Green. So yeah, so some of the things you guys have been seeing are not necessarily here anymore. None of the additions. This is JK's by itself, so you can see how much Dawn of Skyrim adds in. Heimskir's praying, he's not stunning statues, we have Jay's shrines. Oh, let's see. So let's see, things to fix. The forge. Guard's armor replacer has to be dropped under diversity. That's about it. Let's just discover Dragon's Reach. Okay, that is. So Yorland's forge is okay. The Sky Forge is different. So in doing the whole less is more thing, I also made sure that certain things like the rack, you can use these. You can take the hammer that's there. There was some other stuff too to use, right? Maybe not. Alright, let's see. Not that we need the level up, but you know, doesn't hurt. Alright. I haven't saved it, so let's F5. And the companions are coming back up. EMB is definitely interesting. I'm assuming when I have LODs run. Ah! Oh, there we go. I'm using the latest SkyUI version. I'll have to fix that too. Note to self, been a while since I've used the paper map. There we go. Not that bad. And I wonder what it's going to look like when I run LODs. So, let's see. Go to the stables. And we'll just check to see Valinder if he is. Just to make sure he doesn't have the face gen.
Molly.
That's really the only. Only other thing.
You better say that nice to
I
me,
didn't
Marta.
touch the horses at all. I didn't do anything with them yet.
Navy,
Of
Navy.
course, that may change.
Before I let you into Riften, you need to pay the visitors tax. You want in, you need to cooperate.
I heard something.
Help! Get him!
Wow.
Like a light blue or like a pink? Like this blue? Dark.
Very nice. Alright, let's try this again. See if we can get in.
Hold there.
Yeah, I heard you.
Before I let you into Riften,
Mm-hmm.
for the privilege of entering, keep your voice down. You want everyone to hear you?
Nope. Want to go in.
Pink and red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So yeah, you'll see Riften will be less cluttered. Not as much stuff going on. But it'll still look decent.
I had another run-in with a thief skill.
Be careful, Milo. The Thieves Guild has Maven Blackbriar at its back.
It does.
One snap of her fingers and you could end up in Riften jail. Or worse.
They represent the reason I'm here. I can't just...
I'm wondering if
Get over here.
I know.
if a Midian would actually
This guild want me to be.
physically look better than Cathedral.
The city and
When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time.
Just because of the look I've got going on.
I know. But how was I to know the shipment would get robbed?
Next time, keep your plans quieter, and nothing would have happened to you.
What? Are you telling me you robbed it? Why?
Yeah, so here's an example.
Look, Shadow, last one.
How the guard has all of his stuff.
All I care about is the gold. Everything else is yours.
Yep. Alright, so that is a forge issue.
Take my advice. Stay at the Bee and Bar. The bunkhouse isn't for you.
Nope, not for me. Now, who are we looking for? Valindor. I could console him at me, but... Look at this. Look who's not coming. Running right up to me.
You looking for something or what?
Shut that off.
All meats guaranteed clean and free from rockwood.
This is when an adverb has 3 or more syllables. You use more to compare to or
Vegetables
most.
as crisp as a winter's morning.
Okay? Use most with adverbs in L1.
Alright.
Adverbs that compare. Using more and most.
Actually looks nice with the sun like this.
More useful, most useful. You write all these, and then look at, wait, hold it. In 3 sentences, come over here. 2 pages of this.
So you can't come in and out of sneak, like I said. You literally have to stop.
And give me my phone.
Clean and free from
But that's
rockwood.
probably the clearest I've seen the water down here.
Does that go?
You could literally see the bottom.
Pages in this, and then read this once, okay? I mean, 3 times. Read it.
Especially with the sun hitting it.
Try to do as best you can.
So... Valinder has a house here.
Get that, this done today.
That's Beggar's Row. Where's his house? His house is down here in the bottom.
Sunny day, but it's gonna be sunny tomorrow.
Somewhere here. I think he's inside. There's Maurice's.
There's absolutely no melting crayons. Do you understand what I said? Absolutely
Can we get away?
forbidden.
How is somebody spotting me? I'm hidden. Damn it.
And you don't put the TV on while you're doing
Let's see here. Miscellaneous, right?
I said you don't put the TV on while you're doing your work. What did I just say? What do I hear? Oh,
We'll just see if he's inside the house. We could break in and not get a bounty. If I can... God damn it. Somewhere here, right? Could be. Yeah, it could be at the fishery. Let's go back into first person here. So you could see the great swords to my left. So we'll go one-handed instead of the greatsword. Okay, yep, you're right. I absolutely love the interior lighting. Absolutely love. It's hard to gauge by here. So I have my shadows set conservatively, but not to the point where things like this don't happen, where you're inside. Dungeons will be dark, but you're going to be able to see them. That's also pretty cool too, the damn sun. So let's go over to the fishery here. Ugh. I have to take care of that. That's something I wasn't expecting. That's a new mod I was hoping to use, but does not, you know. Hey, Loki. So let's go see if he's at the forge. Or not the forge, the fishery. Huh. Oh yeah. This him? Oh yeah.
Trees. They're beautiful here.
No blackface.
Reminds me of autumn at home.
That depth of field is
The fall forest makes me miss my childhood. Playing among the towering trees in Valorwood.
He looks
living
good.
with my brethren.
It's also 360 swim. For those, well, as long as I could do it on my keys. It's fun. Let's go back into first person. Whew. So it's almost going to force you to stay in third person. Look at that. Once my health gets off there. Fades. And that's with no LODs. Anything, nothing. Bare bones. That definitely looks good. Alright, so... Thank you. Yeah, the water, this is, so realistic water 2 and the LOD fix, that's it. I do have Skyland, so I have watercolor, but the E&B is really what's taking care of it. And like I said, if you notice flicker, you notice things that are off, it's... LOD files are there, no LODs are run. But essentially you are looking at all Skyland. I don't have Noble or anything. So John's Mountains, which definitely look different with the E&B. Let's go, Spider. I could jump and spray you with flames. And that's my first official jump kill. Let's take that off. Get the two-hander out. Magic and a two-handed weapon at the same time. Let's just burn up the rift, right? It's supposed to be enemies nearby. Of course, I could also take that off. And of course, he will stand there and guard. He will change up his grip. He will block and parry. Double tap will do the attack when you're in the parry state. So let's have the two-handed and the one-handed sword. Again, we'll take a look at this. And you can see him. He'll do a side, he'll do, you know, like a side. And if you double tap it, there you go. I still have to get used to that. Definitely interesting. That's depth of field is actually disabled. So like I said, it's gonna be it's the EMB, and I'm gonna have to probably tweak a couple settings. But all in all, so let's see. What don't we need? Let's lock this up first real quick. Let's disable the depth of field. Oh, I guess it wasn't disabled. I'm sorry. Let's take the bloom off. And save this configuration. Now it's probably going to look better. Well, because in the any settings I have it disabled. But I guess the way that this one here works is slightly different.
Stay sharp.
Okay, yeah, that's better. That is absolutely better. I'm not a big fan of depth of field. You can go from like an attack into a roll.
Be careful.
It's pretty cool. You thought it was something else, didn't you? Wasn't me, I didn't hit you. Go get those wolves. So yeah, that definitely looks better. And now we'll get to see the, we're gonna get to see them fight something. Let's get the dagger out. Ah, he's down there fighting something. Oh well. So yeah, so the forge, the map. Although I didn't get the map error this time. Just the first time. But I did read something about. I'm gonna have to go look that back up again. Hey, Will. So now you get to see Will. Here you go. Since you're coming in. Let's get him back a little bit. Let's change to magic in left hand. So he's got the great sword. And that is a great sword. Or wait, hold on, I'm sorry. Is it? Yeah, it is. And then we'll put flames in his other hand. Let's get him running. Jumping, casting flames all over the place. And you know what I forgot to do? We have a bow. That's going to take some getting used to. You could block with anything. You could block with the dagger. Oof. That's going to be difficult. Can I get a jump shot on him? Can't even do it from this distance. Ha! Found you. So let's get the two-hander and the one-hander. We could have two two-handers, which I haven't used yet. I don't have any stamina, but you know.
I want you to clean the floor in the living room. You hear me? Molly?
So like I said, we're just doing some testing. So that's a... Yep. And there we go. The forge. There's my dagger. So I can put my dagger in my other hand. Change the grip. You could block and then strike. Different ways. Ooh, don't want to wait. So yeah, it was definitely... Here comes the night sky. That's what I was waiting for. I know there's a guy up there. Pretty basic. The only thing I really have... I don't even have Obsidian Mountain Fogs. That may be something I have to add in. I forgot about the mod completely. I do have other fog mods. Ethereal Clouds, but this is the... E&B at work. But we gotta take care of the forge. Oh, it's gonna be so hard for me as a thief.
Picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
You're gonna have to get used to the new combat animations. We got a war pick now. Hey, we got a cloak.
We don't do this today, we'll do it tomorrow. Your thing. We have to do it in the sunlight, though.
It's definitely interesting. The thing that I like too about this E&B is it's complex and it's simple at the same time. There's not a whole hell of a lot going on in the sky, but there is at the same time. Probably the worst way I could explain it, but you see just enough. You see just enough light from the moon. You see just enough of the aurora. The stars are, you know, stars. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Enough fog, but I think I'm going to add obsidian mountain fogs in too, because when I look at the mountains, they are pretty bare. Although for clarity and screenshots, that would actually be pretty decent, but not for when we actually start playing. So. All right. So let's go back to flames. And my okay. So there we go. Two-handed. Jumping. Yeah, so it's all the forges. It's not just the one. Okay. Not a bad idea. We'll change it up. Nope, Dolomite weathers. This is Dolomite. It's crystal clear.
I've been cracking rock ever since I've been able to hold the pickaxe. And I'm telling you, this mine is drying up. What makes you so sure? What if I'm right?
That is really cool. So yeah, all I really need is all geared up or even visible favorited gear. Really, if you think about it. And therein is said conflict. So I wonder if that's the map or the forge. Like I said, I still don't have everything done. But that's that freezing I was talking about, right around Shore Stone. And I don't have anything touching Shore Stone aside from the forge. Yeah. How about that, Strudel? Just during testing. It's always been in the rift. Do you ever notice that? Like it's always this area. Everything's clean. I'm wondering if it's something else. Could be music. I do have a music mod. I only have Immersive Sounds Compendium. How about that? And it was when I went to draw my weapons too, so I'm wondering if it's a combination of the animations. Like I said, I'm still new at that, so and we're still doing some testing. Oh, it's got a nice lovely shot of the purple forge up there though. If you could see it, if you could still see it on the screen. Yeah, well, Music of Tamriel is what I'm running. That's just combo, maybe. But all the animations are the only ones I have. I don't even have that many animations. I think. well, when you run, when you like if you're using Finis, right? Like Forza's version of PCEA, right? When I generate it that way, I think my average is something like 721 or 723 out of 3 mods. With Nemesis, I had, I think, 184. So there's a lot less going on. You could add to it as you want. But I wonder if it's something in this area now too. It's really making me wonder because I have an entirely different setup. But then again, it could be, you know, I have a pirates logging on. I'm gonna see if I can pull something, but I doubt it's gonna give me anything because I have to shut down again. But that's about it. Could be the EMB. The EMB is new. I could be missing something for audio. Loot didn't show me anything. I didn't see anything in Xedit that needed to be cleaned. Otherwise, the music mod was fine. Immersive sounds is technically fine. Could just be the game. But anyway, so yeah, I want to show that up because I don't have all the animations loaded in Nemesis yet. I have, what's it called? Zweihander for the two-handed, and I have the Mystic Knight for one-handed and magic. It could also be a combination of me doing like absolutely everything at the same time. I went to draw a greatsword, a sword, jump, parry, all in third person. You ever notice it always happens in third person? So we'll have to see. But anyway, well, I have to restart anyway, so I just wanted to show that to you guys because I don't really have a way to see if I can get to my task manager. If I can shut it down, I will. We'll give it a try. We'll see if it shuts down. Then I can back out. We'll give it a minute or so. Because it did happen to me once. It did let me force close the game from there. It's not in program x86 anymore. My drivers are up to date. The only other thing I could possibly think of is music. Nothing's Form 43. I made sure of that. Yep, no, it's not. Maybe it is the music. I don't know. I'll switch music mods and see. Because as nice as it is to have the Morrowind and Oblivion music, I really don't have anything else. That's it. Maybe I'll just go with the base game's soundtrack. We'll have to see. But I may not stream it on YouTube. I may stream it in Discord when I go back in, because I did it the other night and I kind of liked it. Definitely more interactive because then we could all talk to each other. And there's, you know, no lag between what I'm showing and what you guys are seeing. So I'm going to restart. I'm going to try and take care. So let's see. I have to do the forge. Depth of field is taken care of. Run the LODs. All geared up. Or I might do that live just to see. Oh yeah, definitely less taxing on the rig. I forgot about that. Well, thank you. That may be something going forward too. Because we can all, because then we could all sit there and interact. The thing that I'm unsure of is when it comes to like the actual play. Like if I want to do testing and just kind of putz around, it's cool. But like, let's say I really want to get into character. It's going to be hard for me not to talk. It really is. And I know, like, when I'm sitting here watching somebody else in a live stream, let's just say by chance I happen to have been in a live stream yesterday. Not that I was. I don't know anything about that. But I'm sitting there and I find myself talking to whoever's hosting, even though I know they can't hear me. And that's out of just the fact that Discord has the option to do that. So I find myself doing that, and then I find myself listening to the fact that I'm talking to myself. Then it gets weird. Anyway. Alright, I get a shutdown. Yeah, I'll probably be back in Discord with it later. So, thanks for joining me, guys. I'll try to show off more, but I want to get that forge taken care of. Thankfully, it is just a forge. It might just... Oh, the guard's armor. I have to drop guard's armor replacer down. So I will see you later. Peace.